So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good? He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would've if I thought it was important.
I'll decide what's important. Now tell me how you know Saren.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
It was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure we're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
So, what was Saren really after by going after these ships? I wonder.
Commander, you have a minute to talk?
Is this duty-related, Chief?
No, sir. Well, maybe. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Don't mince words, Chief. What's your concern?
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
I share your concerns, Chief, but I'm under orders.
Under orders to let aliens gather military intelligence? I can't believe that was the Alliance's intention. We, humanity, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
The council's had a grudge against us since the First Contact War.
I don't think it's a grudge. I think it's... Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, sir. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
Anyway, it sounds like she's avoiding the question. What is going on?
It doesn't sound like you've worked with
No,
aliens.
sir. Mainly I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
Guess you make a habit of second-guessing your superiors.
No, sir.
It doesn't sound like you've
No,
worked...
I did get a rotation on a space station for training.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
I come from a military family too. My parents were both Navy. Anybody in your family we might know?
Couldn't say, Commander. We probably have a lot in common. You join up to carry on the tradition?
I don't think they meant to start a family tradition. But after 16 years on ships and stations, how could I spend my life on the ground?
You're lucky. I spent most of my career as groundside garrison.
Okay, so Ashley doesn't like serving in the groundside garrison. She wants to be in space, I think.
I come from a military...
We probably have a lot in common. You join up to
I'm
carry
here to
on
put hypervelocity rounds through the heads of bad guys.
Most satisfying part of the job, Commander.
I come from a...
We probably have a lot in common. You join up to carry on the tradition?
Mainly I wanted to serve. Protect the Alliance, save lives, you know.
Glad to hear it. I'd hate to think you were out here for a free college education.
I come...
We probably have a lot in common.
No. The future of humanity is out here. There's so much we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I still remember my first field exercise on Titan. When we hit mud, the reality hit me. I'm the first person who ever stood here. Then my drill instructor kicked me in the ass. I went face first into the muck. He spent the next 5 minutes chewing me out for gold bricking.
Don't tell me you had Gunny Ellison. He's the only one I know who uses that word to describe shirking duty.
Oh lord, you went to the Makapog boot camp too? Yeah, Gunny Ellison's still reaming out recruits down there, kicking ass and using words like inveigle and pusillanimous.
All right. I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're going to have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Would you kiss anyone I ordered you to?
That depends, sir. If you ordered me to kiss a superior officer, that would be a violation of the regs concerning fraternization. That would make it an illegal order. I'd be required to decline and relieve you of command. Sir.
Okay, who is this superior she's talking about? Captain Anderson.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I'm not sure I believe it either. It's better to have her where we can see her.
That makes sense. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
What's your opinion on the
Not
last
sure I
mission?
buy Dr. Tassoni's story about
Not
her.
everyone has a happy family life.
I know, but I'm not gonna bet she's on our side just because Benezia didn't hug her enough. I'll keep an eye on her. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted
What's your opinion
Not
on
sure
the
I
last?
buy Dr. Tassoni's
I
story.
think she's being straight with us. Or at least, I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
I don't think she's used to teasing. Good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of... Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story.
I think...
Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
Is that the best way to spend your time, Chief?
I read you, Commander. I'll behave. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they...
What's your opinion
Not sure
on
I
the
buy Dr. Tassoni's story. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
I don't think she's used...
Too bad those ruins got destroyed. Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's... Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life?
That's between you and her.
Scuttlebutt says otherwise. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, sir.
Who is Scuttlebutt, I wonder?
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate, me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it.
He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Not all Spectres are like Saren, you know.
Of course not. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Don't get caught up in the details, Garrus. We'll find him and then we'll stop him. That's all you need to know.
Good point. Thanks, Commander.
Commander, good to see you.
Commander, how are you? Shepard?
Commander, good to see you.
Have I read the Asari culture entry? I think I had. Turian's culture. While Turians are individuals with personal desires, their instinct is to equate the self with the group, and set aside personal desires for the good of all. Turians are taught to have a strong sense of personal accountability. The Turian honor that other races find so remarkable. Turians are taught to own every decision they make, good or ill. The worst sin they can make in the eyes of their people is to lie about their own actions. Turians who murder will try to get away with it, but if directly questioned, most will confess the crime. Turians have a strong inclination toward public service and self-sacrifice, so they tend to be poor entrepreneurs. To compensate, they accepted the mercantile Volus as a client race, offering protection in exchange for their fiscal expertise. So mutual symbiosis. The Turian military is the center of their society. It is not just an armed force, it is an all-encompassing public works organization. The military police are also the civic police. The fire brigades serve the civilian population as well as military facilities. The Corps of Engineers builds and maintains spaceports, schools, water purification plants, and power stations. The Merchant Marine ensures that all worlds get needed resources. So they are what do they call it? I know the term, but I forget. Stratocrat, 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 Stratocrat. Turian's military doctrine. Although they lack the brutality of the Krogan, the skill of the Asari, and the virtuosity of the humans, the Turian military has formidable discipline. Officers and NCOs are lifers with years of field experience. Enlisted personnel are thoroughly trained and stay calm under fire. Turian units don't break. Even if their entire line collapses, they fall back in order, setting ambushes as they go. A popular saying holds, "You will only see a Turian's back once he's dead." Boot camp begins on the 15th birthday. Soldiers receive a year of training before being assigned to a field unit. Officers train for even longer. Most serve until the age of 30, at which point they become part of the reserves. Even if they suffer injuries preventing frontline service, most do support work behind the lines. Biotics are uncommon. While admired for their exacting skills, Biotics' motives are not always fully trusted by the common soldier. The Turians prefer to assign their biotics to specialist teams called cabals. Command and control is decentralized and flexible. Individual squads can call for artillery and air support. They make extensive use of combat drones for light duties and practice combined arms. Infantry operates with armor, supported by overhead gunships. Strategically, they are methodical and patient and dislike risky operations. Tradition is important. Each legion has a full-time staff of historians who chronicle its battle honors in detail. The oldest have records dating back to the Turian Iron Age. If a legion is destroyed in battle, it is reconstituted rather than replaced. The Turians recruit auxiliary units from conquered or absorbed minor races. Auxiliaries are generally light infantry or armored cavalry units that screen and support the main Turian formations. At the conclusion of their service in the auxiliaries, recruits are granted Turian citizenship. This is what I like. Turian units don't break. Even if their entire line collapses, they fall back in order, setting ambushes as they go. Sounds like the Turians are it sounds like the Turians are a very, very effective fighting force. Boot camp begins on the 15th birthday. I see, so their whole life, I guess, revolves around the military, so it makes sense that they have a mutual symbiosis with the Volus. The Volus handle the economy, while the Turians handle the military. Yes, mutual symbiosis. In exchange for protection, the Turians will protect the Volus, and the Volus will provide their expertise in economy and other monetary activities, I assume.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Core charge status.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Wait, have I spoken to this Engineer Adams about other topics? I think I had, right?
Something I can do for you, Commander.
I don't remember.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
Ah, she's homesick. Poor Tali. Heat load monitor.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun, fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
This baby? You mean your beard? I see.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
You want me top of my class in flight school? I earned that. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Gunnery station. Oh, a gunnery station. Yeah. I would love to serve in a gunnery station, you know. I bet. I'm just assuming. I'm assuming it's going to be like when you play on-rail shooters. Video games in the genre of on-rail shooters. The pilot did the moving and you just aim and fire your gun. FTL drive charge. As positive or negative electric current is passed through an FTL drive core, it acquires a static electrical charge. Drives can be operated an average of 50 hours before they reach charge saturation. This change is proportional to the magnitude of mass reduction. A heavier or faster ship reaches saturation more quickly. If the charges is allowed to build, the core will discharge into the hull of a ship. All ungrounded crew members are fried to a crisp. All electronic systems are burned out, and metal bulkheads may be melted and fused together. Wow, that's dangerous. The safest way to discharge a core is to land on a planet and establish a connection to the ground, like a lightning rod. Larger vessels, like dreadnoughts, cannot land and must discharge into a planetary magnetic field. The ship passes the charge from the drive core to the exterior armored hull, then dives into the magnetic field. As the hull discharges, sheets of lightning jump away into the field, creating beautiful auroral displays on the planet. The ship must retract its sensors and weapons while dumping charge to prevent damage, leaving it blind and helpless. Discharging at the moon with a weak magnetic field can take days. Discharging into the powerful field of a gas giant may require less than an hour. Deep space facilities such as the Citadel often have special discharge facilities for visiting ships. I see, so they build up electrical currents while using the ship. Okay, while using the ship, if they are doing an FTL, faster than light travel. So I'm assuming if they don't do FTL, there is no electrical buildup. Larger vessels like dreadnoughts cannot land. I assume it's because of the gravity problem. Maybe if a ship is too big, it won't be able to take off. Space combat, combat endurance. Heat limits the length and intensity of ship-to-ship combat. Starships generate enormous heat when they fire high-energy weapons. perform maneuvering burns, and run on-board combat electronics. In combat, warships produce heat more quickly than they can disperse it. As heat builds within a vessel, the crewed spaces become increasingly uncomfortable. Before the heat reaches lethal levels, a ship must win or retreat by entering FTL. After an FTL run, the ship halts, shuts down non-essential systems, and activates the heat radiation gear. Combat endurance varies by ship design and by the battle's location. Battles in the deep cold of interstellar space can go on for some time. Engagements close to a star are brief. Since habitable worlds are usually close to a star, battles over them are frantic. So within this duration, they either have to win or retreat. So, interesting. I guess there is no way to chase someone. I mean, to chase a ship if they went on FTL travel. Starship's heat management. Dispersal of heat generated by onboard systems is a critical issue for a ship. If it cannot deal with heat, the crew may be cooked within the hull. Radiation is the only way to shed heat in a vacuum. Civilian vessels utilize large, fragile radiator panels that are impossible to armor. Warships use diffuse radiator arrays, or DRA, ceramic strips along the exterior of the armored hull. This makes the ship appear striped to thermographic sensors. Since the arrangement of the strips depends on the internal configuration of the ship, the patterns for each vessel are unique and striking. On older ships, the DRA strips could become red or white hot, dubbed tiger stripes or war paint by humans. The glowing DRA had a psychological impact on pirates and irregular forces. But the glowing DRA can only be seen using thermographic sensors, right? It can be seen with the naked eye. Strip radiators are not as efficient as panels, but if damaged by enemy fire, the ship only loses a small portion of its total radiation capacity. In most cases, a vessel's DRA alone allows it to cruise with no difficulties. Operations deep within a solar system can cause problems. Okay, strips are not as efficient as panels, but they are less likely to be damaged, all of them to be damaged at once, I think. A ship engaged in combat can produce titanic amounts of heat from maneuvering burns and weapons fire. When fighting in a high-heat environment, warships employ high-efficiency droplet heat sinks. In a droplet system, tanks of liquid sodium or lithium absorb heat within the ship. The liquid is vented from spray nozzles near the bow as a thin sheet of millions of micrometer-scale droplets. The droplets are caught at the stern and recycled into the system. A droplet system can sink 10 to 100 times as much heat as DRA strips. Droplet sheets resemble a surface ship's wake through the water. The wake peels out in sharp turns, spreading a fan of droplets as the ship changes vectors and leaves the coolant behind. Okay, if the droplets are caught at the stern and recycled, that means there is virtually, or technically there's an unlimited amount of liquid sodium or lithium to absorb heat within the ship. My question is, why not all ships use droplet system? Why are some use strip radiators or panels?
The Normandy is a prototype starship.
Okay, have I heard this one before? Yeah, I think I heard this one already, right?
The Normandy is a ship mobility dominates space combat. The primary objective is to align the mass accelerator along the bow with the opposing vessel's broadside. Battles typically play out as artillery duels, fought at ranges measured in thousands of kilometers, though assaults through defended mass relays often occur at knife fight ranges, as close as a few dozen kilometers. Most ship-to-ship engagements are skirmishes between patrol vessels of cruiser weight and below, with dreadnoughts and carriers only deployed in full-scale fleet actions. Battles in open space are short and often inconclusive, as the weaker opponent typically disengages. Once a ship enters FTL flight, the combat is effectively over. There are no sensors capable of tracking them or weapons capable of damaging them. The only way to guarantee an enemy will stand and fight is to attack a location they have a vested interest in, such as a settled world or a strategically important mass relay.
Okay, so the FTL travel is a safety net. Once your ship is losing, you can just enter FTL to escape. Interesting. This is what happens in Star Citizen. We're fighting for quite some time, and then the enemy ship enters FTL.
The Mako
Point defense system. Weapons Guardian. A ship's general area defense integration anti-spacecraft network, or Guardian, consists of anti-missile, anti-fighter laser turrets on the exterior hull. Because these are under computer control, the gunnery control officer needs to do little beyond turn the system on and designate targets as hostile. Oh, computer controlled. So if I'm serving in the gunnery station, I just have to designate ships as hostile. So it's not an on-rail shooter. Since lasers move at light speed, they cannot be dodged by anything moving at non-relativistic speeds. Unless the beam is aimed poorly, it will always hit its target. In the early stages of a battle, the Guardian fire is 100% accurate. It is not 100% lethal, but it doesn't have to be. Damaged fighters must break off for repairs. Lasers are limited by diffraction. The beam spreads out, decreasing the energy density, watts per square meter. The weapon can place on a target. Any high-powered laser is a short-range weapon. Guardian networks have another limitation. Heat. Weapons-grade lasers require cooldown time, during which heat is transferred to sinks or radiators. As lasers fire, heat builds within them, reducing damage, range, and accuracy. Fighters attack in swarms. the first few will be hit by Guardian, but as battle continues, the effects of laser overheat allow the attackers to press ever closer to the ship. Constant use will burn out a laser. Guardian lasers typically operate in infrared frequencies. Shorter frequencies would offer superior stopping power and range, but degradation of focal arrays and mirrors would make them expensive to maintain, and most prefer mechanical reliability over bleeding-edge performance. Where lives are concerned, Solarians, however, use near-ultraviolet frequency lasers with 6 times the range, believing that having additional time to shoot down incoming missiles is more important. I see. Lasers are not blocked by the kinetic barriers of capital ships. However, the range of lasers limits their use to rare knife fight range, ship-to-ship combat. Well, I hope the colony is alright. I hope they were not attacked by the Geth. And judging by the name of the capital, I assume this is a human colony, right? Have I been to Sparta? I think I have. Athens. Sparta, Knossos...
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our failsafes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network. It can't affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be catastrophic. We'd prefer to have someone shut down the core. Someone like you. I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
Pharos. Distant Pharos has seen only a cursory examination by an unmanned probe. It has a trace atmosphere of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of tin with deposits of carbon. Deeper craters have been partly filled by ice, suggesting there may be a significant amount of water locked up beneath its frozen surface. A large ice-bright crater in the southern hemisphere makes the planet visible from the inner system, leading to the planet's name. Survey. Turian insignia recovered. Scans of the planet Pharos revealed an abandoned base on its moon. The recon team found nothing of interest, but much of the debris was marked with the Magna Colony insignia. Magna Colony was that. Is it just me or the music is too loud? Hold on. The geological properties of Salamis have been scanned from orbit, but little else is known about it due to its thick carbon dioxide atmosphere and proximity to the energetic star Athens. The equatorial daytime temperatures have been known to turn the surface molten. The crust is composed of iron with deposits of platinum group metals. Like the Hanar homeworld, Proteus has more than 90% oceanic cover. The incredible heat thrown off from Athens raises global humidity to 100%, creates constant cloud cover and powers colossal typhoons that rage across the surface year-round. Hot, humid, and storm-racked, Proteus's rare combination of oxygen-nitrogen atmosphere and carbon-based biosphere nevertheless recommended for colonization. A pilot program is studying the possibility of colonies below the ocean surface, safe from the worst effects of the weather. Colony founded 2179, population 12,470, capital Ithaca. So, it is already colonized. And it's below the ocean surface. Interesting. Survey. Gas deposit surveyed. Proteus has a large amount of free oxygen. Free oxygen. Circe is a modestly sized hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of sulfur and chlorine. This gives it its striking yellow-green tint as the development of the Proteus colony continues. Circe will likely be developed for helium-3 mining. Survey. Gas deposit surveyed. While scanning this gas giant, you detected a large concentration of helium-3. Traces of sodium in the atmosphere give Nausicaa its overall dark gray color, but it is otherwise a typical hydrogen-helium gas giant. An abundance of water vapor in the upper atmosphere account for its white clouds. Macedon.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Again?
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Okay. Fargiluce is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with an abundance of airborne hydrocarbons. Gas deposit surveyed. Scans from orbit have detected a large concentration of xenon. Patavig is the second of the Macedon system's giant terrestrial planets, and by far the more interesting. Most of the surface is covered by a vast sea of liquid ammonia, in which a unique aquatic ammonia-based biosphere has developed. While the frozen continents are largely bereft of life, a rich bounty of complex organisms, many larger than a human, flourish in the chilly, toxic seas. Toxic? Why is the sea toxic? While dreadfully inhospitable to humans, Atavik is suitable for colonization by the Volus. Negotiations between the system's alliance and the Volus's patrons, the Turian hierarchy, have made good progress. Okay, so this planet is under the jurisdiction of the humans, the system's alliance. And the Turian is negotiating with the humans on behalf of the Volus to colonize it? I see. Warning, level 1 pressure hazard. Sharjila has a very dense atmosphere of ammonia and oxygen. Its temperature surface is mainly composed of alumina with deposits of sulfur. Convoys in the system have recently logged a number of unregistered vessels operating nearby. Sharjila has an extensive silicon-based oxygen-breathing ecology. Heavily populated areas are covered with fine silica or silicon dioxide dust, the respiratory byproduct of the world's higher animal forms. High-speed surface winds, often laden with abrasive silica dust, present a hazard. In areas where the wind deposits a great deal of silica, footing can be treacherous. EVAs are discouraged. LAN? Okay. Orolan is an enormous terrestrial planet, half again the size of Earth. Despite its thick atmosphere, the weak output of the red dwarf Macedon leaves its surface biting cold. The crust is mainly composed of silica, but significant deposits of iron and other industrial metals are present. These lodes may prove rich enough to be profitably mined despite the heavy gravity. Matriarch's writings recovered. You were scanning the planet Porolan when a strange signal came from orbit. Navigator Presley determined the signal was from an ancient beacon. Your salvage team brought the beacon aboard and found one of Matriarch Dilinaga's writings in its storage compartment. Matriarch Dilinaga. Level 1 pressure hazard, LAN. Okay, LAN it is. Stronghold, Mako, Anomaly, Debris. What the heck?
Redeploying.
Level 1 hazard. Crash probe. Yeah, from the description, pressure hazard. Whoa, red laser. Who are these guys? They have a death wish, challenging a vehicle on foot. Stronghold. Red triangles, alright. Alright. Not robots.
Negative contacts, Commander.
You discover evidence that the Asari leading the slavers and Nasana Dantius, an important ambassador on the Citadel, are sisters. You should return to the Presidium and confront Nasana with this. Nasana Dantius. Nasana was the one that contacted me in the Normandy. So these guys are slavers? I see. Okay, so these guys are slavers. And the leader is sisters with Nasana. Snowblind rounds, plus 28% damage, minus 40% rate of fire.
Ready.
Rare element surveyed. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of thorium.
On my way.
Asari capsule. It's not clear who lived here, but it appears to have been abandoned for some time. The container in the tent held, among other things, one of Matriarch Dilinaga's writings. Who is this Matriarch Dilinaga, huh? You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of uranium. Rare element surveyed.
Moving out. Enemy sighted.
Enemy sighted? What? You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of magnesium, light metal surveyed. What enemy? Enemy sighted? What enemy? What are you talking about? Where is this enemy you speak of? Enemy sighted? Where? Attican Beta. Theseus. Pharaohs. Sitau. Huana's frozen surface is rich with heavy metals, and the planet's higher than average density suggests further mineral richness in the depths. The atmosphere is composed of nitrogen and carbon monoxide. The remains of a well-developed Prothean mining infrastructure dot the planet. Abandoned mines are connected to dead cities by collapsed maglev lines. Unlike the crumbling skyscrapers of Pharaohs, Kuana's ruins are reasonably intact. Unfortunately, this only made it easier for looters to strip the silent necropoli of anything valuable. Maglev, magnetic levitation. Scans of the planet Kuana have revealed deposits of cobalt, light metal surveyed. Logan is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. The survey team who charted the system 20 years ago reported many strange disturbances in Logan's cloud bands, suggesting many remarkably large solid objects were present beneath the cloud tops. As the ship approached, however, they subsided one by one. These disturbances have not been reported again. What are these solid objects? Life forms? Sitau is shrouded by a high-pressure atmosphere composed of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acids. The surface is composed of geologically young plains of volcanic basalts and rhyolites, with high concentrations of carbon and radioactives. Sitau is rapidly volcanic. A dozen supervolcanoes, 50 to 120 kilometers wide, are erupting across the planet. Sitau's carbon content and constant volcanism make natural diamonds plentiful, if extremely costly and dangerous to recover. Supervolcanoes 50 to 120 kilometers wide, wow! Sharing is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. The atmosphere contains traces of ammonia, methane, and surprisingly large amounts of water vapor, making the atmosphere a striking mix of browns, blues, and whites. Of Sharing's 60-odd moons, 2 have diameters of over 3,000 kilometers. Wow! Both have signs of former Prothean development, suggesting Sharing may have been mined for helium-3, and I'm guessing these 2 moons, whose diameters are over 3,000 kilometers, are used as a station, as a staging platform for mining the helium-3. The planet Sharing displayed some strange readings while being scanned. Chief Engineer Adams pinpointed the source and located a strange object. Tali and Adams brought it on board and spent hours taking it apart. The purpose of the object is still uncertain, but it was Prothean in nature and contained a Prothean data disk. Prothean data disk recovered. The Exogeny Corporation has founded a pilot colony on Pharaohs to explore the Prothean ruins that blanket 2/3 of the planet's landmass. The atmosphere is fouled with dust. Terrestrial travel is hampered by crumbled debris dozens of meters deep. There are indications that Pharos was a much colder world in the past. Pharos has two large moons, Orkan the Farther and Vardet. Colony founded 2178, population 300, capital Exogeny building. I assume this 300 population all work for Exogeny Corporation. Interesting. Surface temperature 10 Celsius. Wow, that's cold. Land. Okay, 2/3 of the planets is blanketed by Prothean ruins. Wow. Interesting. So heavy building, heavy development by the Prothean, yeah? Land. Wow, buildings soaring above the clouds. How tall are these buildings?
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Commander, something you need?
I have to go.
All right, see you.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck. Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. Exo Presley stands relieved. Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
The Geth have attacked the world of Pharaohs. Your primary objective is to go to the Zeus Hope colony to investigate what Saren is after, and why he sent his Geth troops to the planet. Investigate Pharaohs to see why the colony was attacked by Geth.
So much suffering, so much death, yet still they stay and fight. They tried to build a life here, but now all they have are ruins. So much suffering, so much death, yet still they stay and fight.
Nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here. Scratch that. It's not a nice place to visit. Gotta give these colonists credit. They don't give up easy. Nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here. Scratch that. It's not a nice place to visit.
David Al-Talakani.
We saw your ship. Faidan wants to speak with you immediately.
What's so important he needs to see me right away?
The Geth are making another push. Faidan is preparing our defenses, but he needs your help. Please, up the stairs past the freighter. Look out!
So this David Al-Talakani dude is dead,
Think we're good,
right?
Commander?
Where is the body? Nowhere to be found.
Regroup!
Jammed. Still jammed. Enemies still nearby. Okay. Oh, these guys. Okay. What happened?
Negative contacts, Commander.
Alright. Well, I guess Ashley and Liara are crack shots. While I'm still trying to acquire target, they killed the other one. Excellent. Colonist. Greta Reynolds.
Head to the tunnels. Make sure they're secure.
But what if I find Geth there?
Are you saying you won't go?
No, I'll go.
Don't worry about the tunnels. We've cleared it. Greta Reynolds.
Those Geth are bloody dangerous. If I had a credit for every Geth I've killed.
I heard explosions.
Keep alert. They'll be here any minute. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Those Geth are bloody dangerous.
They tried to build a life here. But
Glad to see some soldiers. Our numbers are getting thin. We get weaker with every attack. The Geth just keep coming. I've lost more friends in this battle than I can count. Glad to see some soldiers.
Get ready. How do you fight an army of synthetics? Are they even alive? This is it. The last stand. Stop the intruders at all costs. Get ready.
Maka Doyle.
Don't die of thirst. The Geth will surely kill us all. They just keep coming. I can't get the water back on until the Geth are removed. They must be stopped. die of thirst. The Geth will surely kill us all.
May O'Connell.
How is a woman supposed to think with guns going off all around? How is a woman supposed to think with guns going off all around?
Sir, are you okay? Where are the medics, Ledra.
I fear the Geth will kill us all. I'm not a fighter. I'm a merchant.
A Salarian.
This is not a safe place. Left unchecked, the Geth will soon overwhelm us. I fear the Geth will kill us all.
Hanamurakami.
But I don't know how to use a gun.
Beat them with the end of it if you have to. Just don't let those Geth get by you.
Is he dead? Shouldn't you be doing something to the dead body?
Stop the Geth. They'll be here any minute. The Geth fight like fanatics. That can't just be programming, can it? We won't fall to the Geth without a fight. Stop the Geth.
Gotta give these colonists credit.
They'll be here any minute. The Geth fight like...
They're coming. They just keep on coming. I hope Vidan can do something to stop the Geth. The Geth never get hungry. They never tire. I can't go on much longer. They're coming. They just keep on coming.
This work must be completed.
Freighter crane controls.
This work must be completed.
The Geth can't be allowed into the heart of the colony. They'll be here any minute. This is my post. I must defend it at all costs. I must prepare for the Geth attack. The Geth can't be allowed into the heart of the colony.
So they built a colony on top of a skyscraper. Faidan. Arcelia Silva Martinez. Okay. Who is this? Ashley? What are you doing?
Rally round.
David Reynolds. Are you connected to Greta Reynolds? Are you husband and wife? Father and daughter, mother and son, or siblings?
The Geth are mounting another attack. If the Geth don't kill us, the lack of food just might. They'll be here any minute. I don't know if I can handle another attack. The Geth are mounting another attack.
Terminal. Cargo logs. While decrypting these logs, you found something suspicious. Several months' worth of human rations were delivered to an uncharted world in the Voyager cluster. The logs aren't clear, but it appears they may have been dropped off somewhere in the Amazon system. Amazon system? Where is that?
So much suffering, so much death, yet still they stay and fight.
There, dear. You'll get through this. Just relax.
My headaches are getting better. I just have to stop thinking about the past.
About the past? Public extranet terminal. Codex. Hollis Blake.
The Geth just keep coming. My wife needs rest. The attacks are making things worse. It's just too much to take. I wish they would just leave us alone.
He sounds like Ambassador Udina.
The Geth just keep coming.
Maybe they are related. Hollis Blake. Calantha Blake.
My wife needs rest.
Hello, Off-Worlder. I'm glad that we aren't totally forgotten by the rest of the galaxy.
Dear, please try to rest. You're not ready to speak.
But they should know... I mean, they are very important. Yes. That's better.
Is there anything I can do for you?
I'm fine. I just need to try to think clearly. It's just a lingering pain from the last attack. I'll be fine.
She looks whole, but something's clearly causing her pain.
Please, just let her rest. She just needs rest.
It hurts so much when I think about what we've lost. So many have died. We should... Oh... We should flee. No. We can't do that. I can't think of a reason to leave. I can't think. It hurts so much when I think about what we've lost. So many have died.
It's just too much to take. I wish they would just leave us alone. The Geth just keep coming.
Hi Dan. Arcelia Silva Martinez.
Oh, Commander. I'm glad they finally sent somebody to help us.
You're a bit late, aren't you?
Arcelia. Sorry, Commander. Everyone's on edge since...
Watch out! We've got Geth in the tower!
Protect the heart of the colony!
Protect the heart of the colony. I'm wounded. Dang it.
Protect the heart of the colony! Protect the heart of the colony!
We've got Geth in the tower! We've got Geth in the tower!
Alright. Wait, what?
Area secured.
Okay, area secured. So, it's over.
Protect the heart of the colony!
Still not over. Okay. Stop Geth in tower. Here? Okay. Where are they? No! Oh my god! What hit me? No! What hit me? Shit.
We've got Geth in the tower!
Okay, okay, calm down.
Out to wherever the Geth are bunkered? Check in with Fidan, but I think we're done here.
So much suffering, so much death, yet still they stay and fight.
Check in with Fidan.
They tried to build a life here, but now all they have are ruins.
I'm grateful for what you've done, but your heroics don't impress me, Commander.
I see.
What can you tell me about the Geth? Do you have any idea what they might be after?
I can't tell you anything about that. I suggest you go to Exogeny if you want answers to those questions.
Arcelia Silva Martinez. She's not impressed with Shepard's heroics. Why is that?
Tell me more about yourself, Arcelia.
I'm a rent-a-cop. I was hired to keep kids from writing graffiti on the walls at Exogeny. Then all this happened. I wasn't trained for this. I didn't ask for it. I just wanted to end.
I get the feeling you don't like me.
How would you feel if you were hung out to dry by every government organization that ever promised to keep you safe? They should have sent a small fleet. Instead, we get one ship. And you're only interested in the Geth.
What can you tell me about Exogeny?
Very little. I work there as a security officer. I know they were looking for artifacts and anything of value. That's what they do. They fund the colony. In return, we help them uncover buried treasure. It's definitely not as exciting as they make it sound.
Tell me about Zoo's Hope.
I can't tell you much about it. You should speak to Fidan if you want to know more.
Goodbye.
Commander.
The tower's secure. Thanks to you, Commander.
I just did what I had to.
Well, I'm glad you're on our side, then.
They may have been slowed, but they'll be back. They always come back.
What do they want?
If you want answers, go ask them yourselves.
We don't know what they're after. They came, they attacked us, that's all we know. Their main base is at the Exogeny headquarters. A good place to start looking if you want answers.
What's Exogeny?
It's the company most of us work for before the attacks. They fund this colony. The Skyway leads directly to Exogeny headquarters. You can't miss it.
Of course, there's an army of Geth between here and there.
I didn't expect this would be easy.
Then maybe I can get this colony operational again.
What else can you tell me about Exogeny?
Exogeny funded this colony. Without them, we wouldn't be stuck here.
They specialize in colonization. In return for bankrolling the colony, we work for them. Their main goal is the retrieval of valuable artifacts or resources.
Except there isn't anything here. Or if there is, we didn't find it.
I wonder if that's what the Geth are looking for.
Perhaps. As she said, we never found anything of value.
Of course, the Geth could know something we don't.
What do you need done to get this place back on its feet?
We need those Geth destroyed.
Arcelia's right. There are still Geth in the tunnels. We also have more mundane problems like food, water, and power. I'm not sure where we stand on those matters. You should talk to the people overseeing them.
What's wrong with the colony's power supply?
May O'Connell is working on our power problems. She'd know more about it than I do.
Is there anything I can do to solve your water shortage?
Maka Doyle has been assigned to that particular issue. If you have any insight to offer, please speak with her.
You mentioned something about a food shortage.
Davin Reynolds is tasked with securing food for the immediate future. If you can assist, please speak with him.
Do you have information about Geth in the lower tunnels?
Nothing new. They're in the tunnel somewhere, likely guarding a transmitter to coordinate attacks. It's not a critical threat right now, but getting rid of that transmitter will help us defend against further attacks.
Let's talk about Zoo's Hope and Pharos in general.
Of course, Commander.
What can you tell me about the defenses the Geth have set up?
I don't have any details, but I'll wager it's a lot more fortified than the command post.
They landed at least one Geth ship at Exogeny, and I've seen large walking tanks on the Skyway. Expect a hard fight.
Walking tanks.
Tell me about your colony.
Life is hard and often brutal, even without our current problems. Colonial Affairs back on Earth told us we'd be beneath the notice of any raiders. I guess they weren't counting on the Geth. But, despite everything, there's something tranquil about this place, unlike anything I've experienced before.
The Normandy isn't huge, but we could airlift you out.
The Geth fighters are too dangerous, and I won't be driven off this world. It is our home. There's a chance for growth here that's simply not available on other worlds.
How big was the original Pharaoh's colony?
We were nearly 1,000 at the main site, 200 more at my outpost. When the first wave obliterated our defenses, we fell back to Zoo's Hope.
So 1,000, 200 at the outpost. So how many are there now?
What else can you tell me about
ExoGeni funded...
Their main goal
Except there isn't anything here, or if...
I wonder...
Of course, the Geth could know something we don't.
I'll talk to you when I learn more.
Good luck, Commander.
You'll have to forgive my wife. Calantha's not in her right mind. She just needs to relax and accept what's happened.
Do you know anything about this planet?
Just what I was told by Colonial Affairs. It's a little different from what they claimed. It's not all bad, though. When the Geth are gone, we'll have a chance to create something even more spectacular than before.
Do you know any...
It's not all bad, though. When the Geth are gone...
Do you know anything about this
Just what
planet?
I was told by Colonial Affairs. It's not all bad, though. When the Geth are gone, we'll have a chance...
What do you do for the colony?
I'm a medic. Or I am since the doctor died. I've tried my best since she was killed.
So the doctor died, and the medic, Hollis Blake, replaces the doctor.
What happened to your wife?
The constant attacks have strained us all. She'll adapt. We all have.
Is there anything I can do for her?
No, she just needs time. Time to absorb everything. We'll be fine.
Do you have any idea what the Geth were looking for?
I can't think of any reason for an attack like this. We just wanted to build a home.
Tell me about the colony.
I can't tell you much about that. You'd best ask Fidan if you really must know.
Why can't you tell me? I just want to know about the colony.
Fidan is our leader. Who better to answer questions about the colony?
I have to go.
Please do what you can to stop the attacks.
It hurts so much when I think about what we've lost. So many have died. We should... Oh.
You're the one who repelled that last wave. They'll be back. And if the Geth don't kill us, we'll die of hunger soon enough.
Are you doing anything to remedy the situation?
I need to boost rations with Varen meat, but it's too dangerous. The Alpha Varen, he's huge and he's mad. Rabid, maybe. Totally uncontrollable. I can't do anything until he's dead.
I have a ship. I could bring in supplies from off-world.
I'd rather you concentrated on the Geth. Food won't help us if they breach our defenses.
Tell me about yourself.
What's to tell? I came here with my wife Greta, looking for adventure, a new life together. This isn't exactly what we signed up for. Of course, it would be much better without the Geth. We were really starting to enjoy the colony before they came.
Tell me about Zoo's Hope.
The colony is growing, or it was. But you should speak with Fidan. He is our leader.
Why should I speak to Fidan? Why can't you tell me?
I don't want to talk about that right now. Speak with Fidan.
These guys are suspicious. Hollis and Davin.
Tell me about hunting Varen.
Hunting them is impossible while fending off the Geth. On the positive side, they'll attack anything, even those damn synthetics. The big Alpha Varen is the real problem. He's mad, erratic, completely unpredictable.
I have to go.
So long, Commander.
No one still tries to tend to this guy? I think he's wounded.
Nice work with those Geth. Glad you showed up. I still need the power cells for this generator, though.
Would it help if I brought in some power cells from the Normandy? We can certainly spare a few.
Your top-of-the-line ship doesn't use the same parts as the old generator we've got. The cells just aren't compatible.
If I find anything while I'm looking around, I'll send it your way.
Thank you, Commander. I appreciate it. Unless you've got something important, shoot. I'm trying to jury-rig something to replace the missing power cell.
If I find anything while I'm looking around, I'll send
Thank
it
you,
your
Commander.
way.
I appreciate it.
I'm sorry, but I can't stop to talk. I have to deal with the water shortage.
Is there anything I can do?
The utilities building was one of the first to fall under Geth control. Find the mains and turn them back on. Until then, this colony is dry.
I have a ship fueled and ready to go. I could bring water in.
Unless you plan to make a trip every few days, that wouldn't really solve our problem. We need to be self-sufficient.
You know where to find the problem with the water?
The colony can't afford to lose any more of us. We're just too vulnerable.
You're very focused on the water despite the constant attacks.
I can't think of anything else. So much has happened, but it hurts. If I stay focused on this task, the pain goes away.
An understandable reaction, though her discomfort seems almost palpable.
What pain? What pain is she talking about?
What do you know about this planet?
I am not the one to ask about that. Ask Fidan or one of the others.
You know where to find the
The
problem.
colony can't afford to lose any more of us. We're just too vulnerable.
Tell me about the colony.
We are a small group, part of a larger colony, before the Geth attacked. You should speak to Fidan. It's his responsibility. He knows the colony best.
Part of the larger colony. So I guess this is the outpost that Fidan talked about. They are about 200 strong. And the main colony is about 1,000. So what happened to the main colony? Is it devastated? Is it decimated by the Geth? Or are they still holding out?
Tell me about yourself.
I'd rather not. This is not the time or the place. Please, help us or don't. Otherwise, leave me to my work.
I have to go.
I wish you luck.
If we could take the fight to these Geth, we would. We're not soldiers. Well, at least the Geth can't regroup at the command post anymore. No one understands what we're trying to build here. This colony will outlast any threat thrown at it. If we could take the fight to these Geth, we...
Thanks for your help. At least we have time to regroup. They're still out there, but at least they've been slowed. We won't be safe until every last Geth is destroyed. The Geth have destroyed our home. It'll take years to rebuild. Thanks for your help. At least we have time to regroup.
I'm not the best shot, but I'll do what I can. I'll try to keep an eye on things. I don't know how long we can hold out while their command post is intact. I want to help, but this is all I can do. I have to stay here no matter what. I'll hold this position in case those things try to attack again. I'm not the best shot, but I'll do what I can.
She's wearing similar armor to Arcelia Silva Martinez, so I'm guessing Greta Reynolds work as security as well.
Commander, I was told to make my supplies available to you if you wish.
How do you keep things in stock in conditions like this?
My list of consumers has shrunk significantly since the attacks, and few of those have time for shopping.
I see.
What can you tell me about Zoo's Hope?
A fascinating place by all accounts, though the Geth have made it treacherous. You might like it here too if you gave it a chance, Commander. I never thought I'd stay in one place for long, but here? I will stay here.
This place is barely holding together. Why stay here?
I can't give you an answer to that, Commander. At least not one that you would comprehend. Why not try asking Fidan? Maybe he can tell you what I can't.
Why are these guys keep telling me to talk to Fidan?
How do you keep things in stock in conditions like
My
this?
list of consumers has shrunk significantly since the attacks, and few of those have time.
What's a Solarian doing on a human colony?
This Solarian goes where the credits are. Or I did. A well-stocked freighter can be a profitable investment on a new colony. But once I was here, I decided to stay on. The colony life grows on you after a while.
What's your name, Solarian?
My full name is Goratu Heranon Maldinest God Inost Ledra. Humans usually employ surname and given name only. Inost and Ledra in my case.
Why's your name so long?
We are named for our origins. Goratu is my homeworld, Heranon my clan's country, Maldinest and Got are the city and district where I live.
Let me see what you have.
Of course. I may be able to provide a few interesting items.
So Solarians have long names. Interesting. Haliat Armory license.
This work must be completed. You're the commander of the ship that just landed.
What do you do here?
I'm just watching over the ship, making sure she doesn't get any worse. If nothing else, she's good for hiding in when those Geth come over the walls.
What ship? Do you mean the Normandy?
It looks like you're monitoring something.
No, well, just ship diagnostics. It's nothing. I should get back to it, but Fidan, what's the report on... I should go.
What?
What do you know about the colony?
We just arrived a short time ago. It seemed like any other colony at first, but it's different somehow.
What do you mean?
It's hard to explain. It's kind of like... I can't describe it. You should speak with Fidan. He knows the colony better than me.
Everyone keeps telling me to talk to Fidan.
Are you the captain of this freighter?
Not originally. The captain died in one of the Geth raids. I'm the last crew member. We shouldn't even be here. The Solarian merchant promised us a fortune. I wish...
Oh.
I suppose it could be worse.
So she came here with Ledra? Where is this freighter? I don't see any ship around here.
What's wrong with the ship? Isn't she spaceworthy?
There's too much damage. Maybe if the Geth stopped attacking, I could fix her. Then again, if there were no Geth, I might just stay on a while.
Where is this freighter? I see no ship. Where is the ship?
What do you do here?
I'm just... if nothing else, she's good for hiding in when those Geth come.
It looks like you're monitoring.
No, well, just ship diagnostics. It's nothing.
Maybe I can help you. What are you trying to diagnose?
No, thanks, really. Now, please, I need to get back to work. I can't talk right now. I'm busy. I can't be distracted. Please go. This work must be completed. I can't. This is not a good time. I can't talk right now. I'm busy. I can't be distracted. Please go.
Okay, so she came here with Ledra on a freighter, but where is this ship? Where is this freighter? I don't see any ship around me. Where is the ship? What ship are you talking about, Hana Murakami? Where is this freighter you speak about? I don't see any ship. What is she talking about? This one? This isn't a ship? Maybe the ship is anchored somewhere else? I don't know.
They'll try to rebuild the command post soon enough.
They? You mean the Geth?
At least we've got a chance to regroup. I don't think I've slept since they began their attack. They're still out there. I hate those Geth. They'll try to rebuild the command posts.
Davin does what he can, but our food will run out sooner or later. Hunger will weaken us in the long run. We couldn't bring much in the way of supplies with us. We need sustainable food. What good is surviving the attacks if we starve? Davin does what he can, but our food will run out sooner or later.
I'm grateful for what you've done, but your heroics don't impress me, Commander.
Goodbye.
Commander,